should we just start? Okay. Today is May 4th, 2021, of course. So, for us, this is like the 5th episode that we've made, except we scrapped episode 3 and 4 because we didn't think they were that good. They weren't very fun. They were just, I don't know, they just weren't that good. So in the third one, we said the name, and obviously you can tell by the channel's title, but we never actually explained it, so we'll just explain what the MMZ, the memes, means. So,
and then we'll get into the rest.
Yes, so you can talk about that.
MMZ basically is paraphrasing memes, which, yeah,
It's pretty much just a abbreviation of saying, like, just, like, send it, just go with it, just have fun, just do whatever. It's not about sending memes to friends. It's nothing like that. It's just, like, we just be like, yo, let's go skateboarding or whatever. We're like, all right, memes. Just, like, having fun, kind of. So we thought that'd be a fitting name. There was a guy raking in the background.
It shouldn't be that bad. Not as bad as the birds, at least.
It's fine. But yeah, that is the reason for the name. Just, like, having fun, just send it, just go it, just in our way. Also, I have this thing on the left side of my mouth. I don't know, just, we'll just say I hit a pole. And now it's a little bloody. But, yeah, we'll just, excuse that. So, you got the name. That is the reason for the MMZ. That is obviously the name now. So I guess now this is the 3rd episode. Yeah, May 4th, so May the 4th. Oh, I don't like saying that. Be with you. That's pretty cringy. Let me have some cashews. I gotta loosen up.
Alright, I think we can just get into the rest of the subjects.
Alright.
After we explain the name, we only wanted a short abbreviation.
I become Logan Paul today. I got the jug. But he doesn't even have the do not disturb on. He's slacking. Alright, we're gonna put this down. It's kind of...
That's okay. Do not disturb.
Alright, we have a couple props today. We have this book. We have a football. And some cashews, and then we got a bike over there, but we're definitely not going to bring that in. Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, we might change upload schedule, but it depends on how busy we are for now. We're just going to say one time a week. Road to 2 subscribers.
We got one. We don't know who it is, but we got one.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, that one subscriber. Truly, that means a lot to us.
Oh my gosh. Yep. You can be the first out of minimum 15.
You'll be the first out of many become. Yeah, you'll be the first.
Alright, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. One of the big categories is boxing. We're a little behind since like April 17th, which was the Jake Paul fight, but it's fine because there's been other stuff, other UFC and other stuff. So boxing, UFC, all that stuff. I'm dying right now.
We both really like the sport. It's
dope. So we'll talk about that, but first we'll talk about the lighter subjects, and then we'll get into that because that'll take longer. So first, because this came out. When did it came out?
2 days ago? No, a little bit while ago, like a week ago.
Oh wait, no, the 30th. I think it was. So April 30th. No, sorry. April 30th, Without Remorse, by Tom Clancy.
Well, the subject by Tom Clancy. He's alive.
Main actor Michael B. Jordan. Pretty sure everyone knows who it is. Black Panther. Whatever else movies he's in. He's in a lot of movies now. He's a dope actor. So that just came out. I haven't seen it yet. He's seen it. So I want to know.
I won't spoil it.
Is it good? And then the other thing that, So don't spoil it because most people, 90%.
I'm not going to spoil it. So it's a Tom Clancy book about...
Movie.
Tom Clancy, it's a movie, but it also was a book.
Mm-hmm.
It was his concept. And it's a military movie. That's what it is.
Yep.
That's spoiling it.
That's not spoiling. That's just, okay, that, abbreviate, like, how, is it good?
It's very good. It's one of my...
Okay, like, out of 10, what are we looking at?
I'm going to go at 8.5. It was a really good movie.
Okay, and I wrote down here, John Wick copy, question mark, because based off the trailer, if anyone's seen the trailer, it kind of looks like that. John Wick-esque kind of thing, no?
No, see, that's what I thought going into it. It's nothing like John Wick. It's a lot more story, a lot more... Do you know the movie I Am Legend?
No, what's that about?
It's basically the same... never mind.
What?
It's really hard to do it because it's really hard to do without spoilers. No, I guess it isn't like I Am Legend. See...
But how long has the movie came out? A while ago?
A while ago.
Oh, that's fine. Just say it then. If it's a new movie, it's different.
The ending is kind of like it.
Okay, then don't say that. No, don't say it then. But, okay. To the people who have seen it, you know. Kind of. Okay. So it's good.
Yeah, and it's something like John Wick. The reasons for his rampage is a little bit like John Wick, but...
Well, like, if you've seen the trailer, you know that his wife gets shot.
Yeah, and that's... But other than that, it's...
So it's kind of like, his wife gets shot. Like, there's a lot of comparisons with it, kind of compare and contrast. Like, his wife gets shot, dog obviously gets shot. You know, he's out of revenge and rage and stuff. Kind of the same.
Less action, though.
Less action?
There's less action.
Or, like, less gore, or kind of more story?
A lot smaller of a body count.
Yeah.
Like that. If you want a movie like John Wick, go for Nobody.
Oh, okay.
It was really lot less story.
And just a bunch of killing.
Bunch of action, like comedic violence.
Okay.
It was really good.
Well, I'm gonna see that in the next few days. You have Jaden's recommendation to not watch it.
What? No, watch it. Watch both of them. They're good movies.
All right. I want to talk about this because I found this book for 25 cents. I don't know if you can see that. It says .25 at the thrift store just over there. And this is Rainbow Six, and I thought it was cool to pick up because it's like the game I play, Rainbow Six Siege. And I kind of didn't realize everything about Tom Clancy until I figured out all the movies and all the books that have been made and written by and for him and all that stuff. So you've read not all of this, but you've read some of it. So how is this?
A quarter of it.
Just hold up. How many pages is this? This is 897 pages, which is that's a lot of pages.
Yeah. I didn't quite finish it. I actually enjoyed it. The reason I stopped is because I stopped reading before I go to bed.
Yeah. It's also just a lot of pages.
That didn't necessarily bother. I would have finished it, but...
But, so...
I like Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because he was in the military, which is... So he knows what he's talking about. All of his books are, like, most of his...
Yeah, they're, like, legit life.
Military.
They're really realistic.
The actual military book, yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where, this is what I've heard, don't, like... If you know otherwise...
Don't fact check him.
Don't fact check me. I've heard that he actually got, like... interrogated by CIA because they're like, yo,
Oh, dang.
how you know this much about it?
Oh, so he's, like, exposing a few things that maybe they're like, oh, you probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but he wasn't in CIA, so they're like, how do you know this kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if that's a thing. CIA.
Pretty sure it is.
So how was, Rainbow Six, what is the whole premise around this book? Because obviously we've got 3 guys in the front, but I'm thinking six people, something around those lines.
Rainbow Six, I don't know what the 6 means. It could be something else, but Rainbow, it kind of... I don't know what the whole name is, basically. But what Rainbow Six is a international counterterrorism team. Britain, Germany, every nation.
Kind of like SEAL Team 6, but a little better, or a little...
No, it's not even SEAL Team 6, because that's America. This is every country put together.
Like a United Nations kind of team.
Yeah, the United Nations counterterrorism
So
team.
what I'm saying here is, people are saying, FBI files show details, so FBI. Same thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know. Shows detailed background checks on him after he wrote The Hunt for Red October, which I haven't seen the movie or the book, which is kind of sad because apparently it's insane. But I will eventually. And apparently those are very good, but I'm guessing that book is some sort of code name for something. I don't even know.
Yeah,
But,
along with Rainbow Six.
yeah, so he's got, I don't know, over 20 books, I'm assuming.
This isn't necessarily...
And that is him.
This isn't necessarily a... I don't know, it's hard to say. Some of you will be offended, but this isn't necessarily a spoiler. but Without Remorse is a prequel
To this, right?
to that.
Yeah. To this exact one?
Yeah,
Okay.
to the Rainbow Six concept.
Yeah. You know what I find weird? Every single book I see ever in stores always says number one time New York Times bestseller.
What if it was like 30 seconds? It was like bestseller for like 30 seconds. Got to a list. And
Like,
it
is
kinda
that
popped
just
up.
saying it's sold? Is there like a quota for how many copies are sold? Like, how come literally every book I see has that? And I guess, like, you never see just the books that are just normal, really. Like, you do. There's probably thousands of them.
We don't
But
really
just
notice
every
them as
main
much.
book that they display, always New York Times bestseller. Or there is international bestsellers like How to Win Friends and Influence People. That guy, those are 15 million copies. But these, I don't know. Do you notice that with all the books?
I do notice that a lot. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah. Is there a sale quota? I want to see.
But I can see Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six being up there for one of the top books.
Yeah, well, like this, Hunt for Red October, all those books. I'm guessing it's just a bestseller list. A book has to sell the most copies in New York Times reporting stores during the reporting period. It's not a set number. Some weeks could be as low as 50,000 copies, which is still a lot of copies, but like, yeah. It's saying how many books do you have to sell minimum, saying 5,000, but the other one's saying 50, so. It's like, let's say you launch your book, within 2 weeks it has to get a certain amount to become a New York Times bestseller, which I guess makes sense. And then I guess they just print more of them and put them in stores, so.
That would make sense.
But literally, it's so weird, because you don't see every movie comes out after 2 weeks saying, you know, best-selling movie or box office sales or whatever. You just, just every book, it's like, #1, New York Times bestseller. #1, international, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how long this will take me. Maybe like a month straight, but I might read this book. I definitely will. It's an old book, though. When did this come out? This is like...
It's just not the oldest book I've read.
What's the oldest book you've read?
Sun Tzu's Art of War.
How old's that?
Like,
He's like 1642.
something like that, actually, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so this ties into every other episode, which I guess is only 2, because the other ones were scrapped. But we were talking, I think, in the second one. Yeah, the second one. We were talking about Neuralink and Elon Musk with the monkeys controlling the brains, all that stuff.
Yep.
We were saying that they were going to test that, and we're about to test that, and we're looking into it. Now they actually released the video. This might be a pull up a picture moment of the Neuralink being controlled by the monkey. I'm not going to play the video because I've seen a bunch. I can just explain it, but pretty much I'll play the video around somewhere here. The Neuralink, the YouTube channel for him, they had a joystick on a TV and it was playing like a game where you just put like a dot to a square, and it looked like, and it was a guy using a mouse doing it, but it looked like the monkey was controlling it, right? Putting it, and he was getting the rhythm. Then I think it was the guy stopped using his mouse and the monkey was controlling the whole thing with the joystick. But then they say, I'm like, oh, yo, this is crazy. Like, this monkey can do it with the joystick. And then they go, if you look closely, the joystick ain't even plugged in. And I look, and it's just the cable's way on the other side. So he's using it with the chip. And they show it connected, it's just on an app. But they're using the waves or whatever they're doing, all this sciencey stuff I don't know about, to the monkey's controlling with his mind. He's playing Pong. You know the Pong game?
Yeah.
Where there's 2 sides? He's playing it like a beast. Like crazy. I'll just find the video, but like, what do you think about that? Because that's ridiculous.
I think that's huge for technology in general. That's giant.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I would never get it myself.
Yeah, I mean, we already went over it, but I'm saying, like, the fact that they already
Have that.
are figuring this out.
It's
So,
kind of like the future now.
so look at this. He's doing it now by himself with, so this is another part. They took the whole controller part out, and now it's just using with his mate while sucking on a freaking smoothie. So that's just a smoothie, and look, he's paying it like a beast. He's not losing at all. That's ridiculous. Oh, this is like a CNN thing, but isn't that crazy? So before there's a joystick in there, in that glass box, and now he's doing it by himself. So now the tech's official, they're already doing, they're saying the idea is to like use someone with paralysis to use their brainwaves to censor like movement in their body to become practically unparalyzed. So I think by this year they can make something around that happening by the end of this year, something in that realm of paralysis. So I don't want to talk too much about that because we already said it, but now it's official. They have successfully made a monkey control it with his brain. Imagine that, they're just a phone app. Go into Bluetooth settings, pair up. Start playing Minecraft with your freaking brain. Okay. Alright. I think now it's time to maybe get into boxing.
Alright. This is going to be one of our bigger subjects because so much happens.
We're kind of late on this, but screw it. Don't matter at this point. Because this video will probably be uploaded. I don't know, hopefully Friday, because we're really busy today with quizzes, but whatever. Jake Paul Askren fight.
That's a big one.
Was April 17th. Everyone's seen it. Okay. You just must have on something. Snapchat, Instagram. You've seen it somewhere. He knocked the heck out of freaking Ben Askren. Clapped him. Like,
it's not like it's one of the downscales of video or fights you would want to watch if you want to see them.
Like, everyone knows the George Masvidal. Oh my gosh, you really power washing a freaking kayak right when we're trying to make a podcast.
So if you wouldn't mind, just pop and subscribe. You know, you don't even have to watch us. Just subscribe and like this one, and maybe other people could watch. But if you want to watch, also be greatly appreciated. That's all I want to say. But what happened was he also got knocked out by
Jake Paul.
By Jake.
In a minute, something. It was in the first round. It was 3-minute rounds, and it was like a minute 20. I think it was just over a minute, or maybe it was 57. It was a short time. And if anyone watched the weigh-in. Okay, did you watch the weigh-in?
The weigh-in?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did.
Yeah, so in the weigh-in you can see, it's another pull-up picture moment. Pull-up picture. He's just got the dad bod. Like, the guy's got the love handles, and he's just like, Jake Paul's like fit because he's actually training, and Ben Askren looked like he just came off lunch.
Looks like a bag of milk, no offense.
Like a who?
Bag of milk.
Milk?
Milk.
What's
milk? You don't know what milk is?
Milk? Milk?
Milk.
Milk.
M-I-L-K.
What's a bag of milk? A bag of it? Bro, are you playing with me? What are you talking about? Bag of milk.
Yes.
What do you mean?
You know what milk is?
Yeah. Are you...
No, I'm not playing. What are you looking up?
His dad bod. What do you mean a bag of milk?
I don't know what's so hard to describe. It's just body features.
That was a weird... Okay.
Okay, calm yourself.
Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
No. Like, you might be 36, but come on, bro. So, and he's flexing it too. Look at that. Like, dude. Bruh. Anyways, so once you see the weigh and you're like, kind of like low hopes for this guy. I already bet $20 on the fight. Won that so fast. Because I just knew that, I don't know, he looked like he was in good shape.
And also, did you hear the commentary for that fight?
Oh yeah, what's his name was freaking trash talking him. I was like, bro. Nipsey, I don't know, what's his name?
Snoop?
No, not Snoop. Snoop was loving Jake. One of the guys was like bullying though. But anyways, he got knocked out. And I'm pretty sure he was just there for the money. They're saying the fight was rigged.
No, Snoop, that's Snoop Dogg's, what that was in, it was called Fight Club.
Yeah.
And Fight Club is this whole new...
Triller Fight Club, yeah.
It's a new boxing.
Yeah. Triller, literally nobody knew about it until they started paying people big money to promote it. And even now, Triller's like on the TikTok, but it's not very
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the fact that what was their commentating skills? Like, one of the guys was like, I hope they start kissing. Like, what are you...
Yeah, that one guy was bugging out. I don't know. That was weird.
What are you doing?
I was just like, I hope they start kissing.
Hey, bro. Hold on, chill.
But pretty much he got knocked out. They say the fight was rigged. I don't think so.
In what way?
Because they're saying like they just backdoor paid Ben to kind of put up a loss, which kind of, but also when you look at his body and the way he's positioned, he's also like
Jake would have won anyways.
Yeah, and also they're saying that it was like a big deal that the ref stopped the fight early. Even if he got up like that, buddy was swaying.
Yeah.
Just like what they did with the
that's a common
Nate
thing.
Robinson. They didn't take it early. He got hit twice. They didn't stop, which they should have. Okay, and then he clapped him third time. And now he's a fool on the internet. Like now he's been making all these memes because of that. Like that's why.
It's a common thing. It's a common thing. Ref would do was take him out early because of that.
Yeah.
He was out.
Are you bugging? Hello? Just open the window. Hello. Okay. That was weird. So yeah, I don't think it was rigged because Jake Paul seems like he was too intense for that. He was tripping out though when he won, bro. He was like crying. He was like freaking out. And I was like, all right, bro. I mean, he was training for like 3 months.
The thing is, what was Charlie D'Amelio doing?
Oh my gosh.
What?
I was watching the fight, and then I see the belt. First of all, the belt does not look good.
No, it looks horrible.
Let's just say the numbers real quick, because this ties into it. He released, this could not be true. I think it is, I'm assuming. 1.5 million pay-per-view buys and 75 million generated, Jake Paul said. Which is ridiculous. I think the Nate Robinson was over 1 million. I don't know if it was more than 1.2 though. 1.5, dude. 75 mil generated. I don't know how much they made each, but definitely a lot. So if you're just making 75 mil, well, obviously you don't know that, but you know you're making a lot because of this fight. He is like 15, 16 million on Instagram. Like, a lot of people want to watch this. And the belt looks like that. Bro. And you why don't you make like a nice looking, like the UFC belts? Those are cool.
But why do they?
Those look nice, but this one just looks like a toy. And you got Charlie and Dixie freaking D'Amelio.
Yeah, like the D'Amelio sisters doing.
And giving them the belt, but it's like.
And the worst part is they look so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
just
they're
being
kind
there in general, because all the guys just freaking out, and
but like,
ah.
Also if you're like, it makes sense that they're famously be at stuff, but usually when you do stuff like that, it's like a commentator, a retired boxing player, like Mike Tyson. If he handed them a belt, that'd be insane. But like, when you just have people, like, it's hard if you're famous, but if you have people for no reason, these two people handing you a belt, they don't know a single thing about boxing. They're not tied into boxing at all. It doesn't make sense. I think Triller just thought, oh, well, they have a lot of followers, so it'll gain more traction.
Yeah. Which
I guess, it probably did, so it's maybe like a business move, but like, that's just so weird. Like, you don't have,
just weird random TikTok.
Like, you have Drake giving, I don't know, throwing the ball or whatever to the Toronto Raptors because he's from Toronto and he supports them and he's an investor in them and that stuff, and he likes basketball. But you don't get the D'Amelio sisters to hand Jake Paul the belt because he won a boxing match.
It's just so out of place, And that's what he means. They're just so out of their place.
Yeah, they don't know what they about boxing, and now they're adding them to things. So I think it's kind of stupid. They should have had, like, they had that super. Did you hear when he was announcing Ben Askren?
Oh yeah, Askren.
Ben Askren. he was like.
Yeah, no.
He was so mad. He was like, "Are you kidding me?"
One more thing.
But like, he was a retired.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest commentators in all of boxing, and so if he handed them about, maybe that makes sense. But when you just have random two freaking teenagers, that makes no sense.
It's like getting Gumby to hand out the first place to the #1 strongman competition. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like you're giving Serena Williams the trophy for tennis, but you're an accountant for a World Bank. It's like, okay.
Sure.
What?
So I don't know what they're doing with that.
If how there's the boxing YouTubers versus TikTokers fight, they're probably gonna hand them the vote as well. But that one's I'm not as excited for that one at all, just because this one's more actual boxers. But whatever.
All right, what we got next?
This is still in the boxing. They're saying that he has early signs of head trauma. Oh wait, no, I missed one. Daniel Cormier. Cormier.
Cormer. Yep. Daniel Cormer.
No, it's Cormier. You gotta say it like that. It's Cormier.
Is it Cormier?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Cormer.
No. Cormier. So Daniel Cormier.
It's Cormier.
Jake Paul goes to. First of all, Dana White.
My bad, Cormier.
Okay. He's kind of a beauty.
Yeah.
Even though he bet $1 million against Jake Paul and hasn't given him the money, he's bugging. He's like, I don't want to give him the money. He's not responding. It's so funny. But Snoop Dogg bet $2 million for him. He said, okay, so Dana White literally let him in because business plays. He'll get publicity, which is kind of funny, even though he owes him money. Yep. So I guess maybe he has paid him by now. And in the crowd, everyone's chanting F Jake Paul, which like he's like chanting himself because that's like his thing. But I don't know. They're all chanting F Jake Paul. Wow, this massive fight is going on. And then Cormier walks up to him, is like acting all tough or whatever, but Jake Paul doesn't really care. And then he was looking to fight him, but now he's like, never mind, I'll stick to my whatever.
A little backstory is what happened is Jake Paul actually said, Cormier, you want to fight? Like, yeah. I'll fight you right now. And then the fight happened, and then so he went live. He's like, if you ever come near me, I'll slap you. He's like,
exactly.
Oh, will you? Yeah.
And then he goes near him, and Cormier does nothing. And I was like, bro.
And then,
come on. That's why you gotta be careful, bro. You'll run into him.
Did the fight get set? Did they say they were fighting?
No, he's like, I'll fight you, and then Cormier tweets later, like, I don't know, I might find the tweet, but it's like, oh, it's fine, I'll stick to my sport. Something like to kind of back out of it, but I think he was kind of ready to.
One more. Jake Paul actually challenged Conor McGregor.
Yeah, that was in the beginning. That was before even, just after the Nate Robinson, like when they announced the fight, he was trying to get he's saying he's still trying to work up to it, like he's still trying to, but
yeah.
I think Dana White's hesitant because he knows if he gets clapped, if Conor McGregor gets clapped after losing to whoever that was, right before the Nate Robinson fight, after getting clapped, then it would just be so bad for his career. And I think Dana White after this fight is kind of scared that if he did knock him out, even though
that would kind of be it for
yeah,
McGregor.
And then he'd be like, oh shoot.
I do like Conor McGregor, and I actually right now I'm pretty sure he would win against Paul. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's just the boxing when he's been training for the past 6 months, like really heavily boxing, and then
for 6 months
in 2 months fighting. Yeah, dude, he's been going crazy.
No, I'm saying that's not a long time. Not as long as Conor McGregor has been doing this for years.
No, but that's UFC MMA. Like that's still different.
It's still a lot.
But he did fight Mayweather and he lost. But it's obviously Mayweather.
Well, yeah, it's Mayweather. Nobody's gonna win that.
Speaking of Mayweather, Logan Paul. Confirmed date.
No.
June 6th.
It's gonna be a massacre.
June 6th. Guess how many knockouts he's had?
Isn't he undefeated?
Yeah, he has 50 wins, but how many knockouts?
I'm gonna say 46.
26. He's not known for the knockouts, so he's defense. That's why. If you go over to Tyson, that's a whole different story. He would clap guys in heavyweight.
I think he's out of his prime now, but he's actually going.
I think he's just under his 50s, or maybe he's 50.
And it's, it got said, by the way. Mike Tyson versus... my gosh.
Evander Holyfield?
Evander Holyfield.
When's that date?
Evander. This is their third rematch. And I think... first time it was... Mike Tyson got DQ'd because he, of course, bit off Evander Holyfield's ear.
Saturday, November 28th. Why so far away?
Come on, bro. Come on. 2 minutes. Closer. So, I think they both need time to train. They're both, you know.
But he just... okay. Yeah, but dude, you're not doing training camp for that long, so...
He's got a little bit of a Mike Tyson dad bod, which means he's still, like, insanely strong, but, like, still got a little bit of dad bod.
Yeah, but so is Evander.
Yeah. And, this is going to be their third rematch, and I'm honestly rooting for Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I really do like Mike Tyson.
Be honest, Roy Jones Jr. was not very exciting. I didn't even watch the whole thing, I'm not going to lie. But it's still cool to see him back, and now he's going back in. But that's the thing. Everyone's saying he's broke because he spent his $600 million, but all the money he makes from the whatever the fight he just did, Roy Jones and the Holyfield, both going to charity. So...
He's a lot less.
He's got cash somewhere. Let's not trip.
I mean, yeah, he made a TV show.
Yeah, he's trying to make like Las Vegas in like Mexico somewhere, like on like a resort he made. So like he's got money. I don't know where. I don't know what from. He got it. So anyways.
I feel like John mentioned.
What's his name? Mayweather, Paul, Logan, Paul. June 6th. It was supposed to be February 20th, which I was excited for. And then they pushed it back, and now it's in exactly a month and 2 days. But here's the thing. Here's my prediction, okay? Logan Paul is too big because Mayweather is 5'8", 72 centimeters reach or whatever. Logan Paul is 6'2", okay? So he's got 5 inches on him, which is a lot. And I think they're fighting at the same weight, but Logan Paul is really strong. If you see his boxing match, he is strong. And he's got like 76 centimeters reach. So he's got more reach, obviously, because he's taller. He's way bigger. But he also lost to KSI. But, I mean, he could be different now because he's been training. Just like Jake, he was way different than when he fought, whatever. But
that was more just like, let's do this right now. Let's do this, you know? Because they were both just angry at each other.
I'm not saying he's going to win, but I don't think he'll get knocked out. There's like I think a low chance for that just because he's way too tall and stuff.
Yeah, it's
but
hard to get
I still
headshots.
think, let's say they're not going to do 12 rounds. They did like 8 probably. 8 rounds, 3 minutes, so 24 minutes total. I think it'll just go distance, and Logan Paul will get tired out because he's bigger, and he's just not. He gets way too tired. He did get too tired in the KSI, but he's going to be training
Anybody wants to bet
for it.
against me, sure. I'm pretty sure Mayweather's going to win.
Yeah, I think it'll run distance. I don't think knockout. The only way Logan would win, I think, because I don't think he has the stamina compared to Mayweather, because he just has so many years under his belt, would be with...
It would be something to do with the reach.
Would be with knocking him out, is pretty much the only challenge.
It would be with his reach.
But if that happened... Oh my gosh, the world would go crazy. If that happened,
would be a huge mark on Mayweather's. I'd be like a gash.
It's obviously going to be an exhibition because he can't be losing his career like that. Imagine if you did a real match, no exhibition, and then lost your 50-0. That'd be devastating. That'd be so bad. But also, everyone's saying like ESPN just released videos saying why. And so.
Yeah.
99% of people are just saying, well, it's Floyd Money Mayweather. He just wants more money. But he has so much money to risk, to have like a 60% risk, around
There's
there.
got to be some background we don't know about, like some beef they have.
Or they're doing some because it wouldn't, if I was Mayweather, I'd be chilling. Why are you thinking about just a YouTuber? Like, was like a boxer, but like he hasn't boxed this year,
sure.
so
I know,
it doesn't make sense to me, so. I mean, hey. If Logan wins, though, I'd be going crazy. I'd be like, there's no way this just happened.
There's no way. Well, no.
I think it's just going to go distance, though. But Logan Paul is, like, literally, in a podcast, he just said he's 100% sure. His friend was like, 0 to 10, what is the number that you would give yourself to knock him out? And he said 10, without even waiting for the sentence finished. I think he's overconfident for sure.
Yeah,
but he also could just be playing that for the press so he could get his training under and absolutely clap him. But I don't think that will happen. But also, here's the thing: Logan Paul's 25 probably. Mayweather age. I think he's 50 now. 44. Okay, he's 44. So 1977.
So Mayweather, I'm gonna give props to Mayweather. He's done something Mike Tyson can't. He's been fighting for this many, for years, right? Mm-hmm. And he's still this old and still fights and still a beauty.
Mike Tyson said the biggest thing he hates about him is he never leaves the gym. So he's really hard to, if you're trying to go against him, you got to be so dedicated because he never leaves the gym.
Yeah, and
like he eats, sleeps, breathes the gym, which that's kind of cool.
That's something Mike Tyson couldn't do because he even made it like a family for himself, and that's
and also he likes money. Mayweather likes a lot of money. Mike Tyson liked money and didn't want to just be breathing boxing. But now, what's his name? Mayweather has a roller rink and a strip club.
In his house?
No. Probably in his house. But no, he owns a strip club and he has a roller rink. I think in Vegas or somewhere.
Place?
No, not the same place. Yeah. I don't know why he's taking the fight, because if he gets knocked out, that would be sad.
I don't think he
and-
will, though. Honestly, I mean, Logan Paul now has got to be insanely dedicated.
And he has to have a nice strike. Like, Jake Paul's got a good, I think he's not a southpaw. I think he's a regular, but a nice right hand, let's just say. A nice hook.
Yeah, he does. Both the Pauls do, actually.
But
Their hooks are
that's the
pretty
thing.
on
We've
point.
seen 2 of Jake's fights in his years of, actually trying, being dedicated. You haven't seen any of Logan, so you don't know what to expect at all. But he's saying, just like Jake Paul said, I haven't lost a sparring match since 2017 or whatever. So I kind of believe that with Jake. Logan, I don't know, because he's saying, but he just said in the podcast, I haven't been challenged by anyone. And
Logan?
he goes, he goes, I thought this guy was going to be challenged. He said this guy's name, so I don't know if he's a good boxer. I haven't searched him up, but he said, I haven't been challenged. And he said he's gotten hit. He got a little bruise in the nose. That was it. Or like in the forehead.
It's because he hasn't really put himself out there, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe his sparring.
Not as much
suck.
as Jake Paul has, at least, because he kind of went around pissing everybody off, and then managed to get somebody to be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take you down, and then...
I mean, I don't really think he's like that in real life. He's just, he's making the money plays. This is really a business deal. But, this is funny. Guess how much he said he was going to make on the fight Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Guess how much?
Jake Paul?
Mayweather Logan.
Who's going to make money?
Guess how much they're going to make, he said. Each fighter. Or sorry, total, or something like that.
I'm going to say 50 mil.
He said 9 figures, which is 100 million or more. So if Jake made 75,
Oh my god. Yeah,
he's saying
actually,
100, but he's saying they're profiting like over 20 million each.
It's
which
gonna-
Logan Paul's friend Mike or whatever said that he would they're making in the 8 figures, which is over 10 million. So I guess, I mean, hey.
It's going to be something, I believe, like an Evander versus Mike Tyson. It's going to be a big match.
Yeah, I mean, if they do a 100 million, that would be that's 2 million pay-per-view buys. Which, that's a lot of pay-per-view buys, because obviously 1 mil is 50 million, and then if 1.5 was 75, then that means 2 million. If they do the same price as Jake Paul, I don't know what the price was, but that's just based on the stats. That's 2 million pay-per-view buys, which I guess makes sense. Logan has more followers altogether than Jake, and Mayweather obviously has way more than Ben. Ben had like 20,000 on Instagram. Now he has like 780,000. Ridiculous. Maybe he didn't have that little, but like now he has just under 1 million, I think.
Yeah, that's a big thing, is that like he wasn't like as popular until like now.
Oh, of course.
He's like
dude,
pretty famous.
That's
like,
such a big money play for. I'm gonna put this book down. I don't know why I still have it here.
It doesn't.
Such a big money play for Ben, because
It really
he got
was.
a bag for being in a ring for a minute 20. Probably didn't even train that hard, and gained traction to promote his like wrestling team and business and stuff. So overall, that kind of worked out in his
It
favor.
kind of was a win-win for him. Like
You'll get memes, but not as much as Nate.
He could literally say like not only like the team and everything. Like I think he owns his own gym. He could literally be like, "Oh, I fought against famous people. I was in the UFC for a bit." It's really just very good for him, and he's gonna make a lot more money in the long run. So you know what? Good for him.
It's definitely possible for Logan. I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed, but it is possible to knock him out, because he does have 18 years less than him. So he is way more stamina, way more testosterone, way more hormones, everything like that. Because once you're, I think, around 40, you start losing more of that. I mean, he could be doing replacement therapy or whatever he's doing.
And not only that, like
But-
he works out 24/7. Have you like here? Let's.
I'm assuming they're drug testing, right? For roids? They must
every
be.
Fight,
They're
yeah.
100%. But yeah, June 6th. Apparently 9 figures, so 2 million pay-per-views if it's at the same price as Jake's fight. Holyfield and Tyson, I still don't think November 28th. I think they could still do September at least. September 1st or something.
Nothing, bro. Their nicknames is Floyd Mayweather is just money,
Yeah, money.
and then of course Logan Paul's is the Maverick.
Yeah. Which, that's a way better name than the money.
Oh my goodness!
But the Maverick, let me see.
Insta followers, he has 23.7 million of Mayweather and 18.2 for Paul.
I think he's got more. He's at 19, but yeah. 43 and 25, but now he's 44, so this is...
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I want to say
6'2" versus 5'8", though. Sheesh.
I would say it's kind of
You're
hard.
both orthodox. Okay. So they both.
I'd say Mayweather would win.
Yeah, I say my prediction. Let's just say our predictions now for the fight.
All right, ready on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mayweather.
Mayweather, but okay, I said it late, but I was trying to say more onto it. Mayweather, distance fight, not knockout, and Logan loses to stamina problems.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, but I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say Logan Paul tap out.
Mayweather
Towel.
tap out. No, he's not gonna tap. There's no way.
I think he's gonna. I think if
no
anything,
way
he's gonna get
tapping.
close enough, hit it the perfect rib shot, and then just keep going after that, and then it's gonna I think either bruise his ribs or break.
I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think distance. But because he's older, it's between distance or Logan. The only other option for Logan is pretty much to knock him out. You're not gonna go distance with him and win.
Yeah,
probably because he just doesn't have stamina. I could be wrong. That's my prediction. Is Mayweather wins unless he doesn't try. But if he's trying, Mayweather wins in the 12th round or whatever round, 8th round. Fourth.
I'm saying 4th. I'm saying it's not going to be a long match.
Oh, okay.
Like the thing is, everybody thought, oh, Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, second one, that's going to be
a long fight.
A long fight, and it actually was a long fight. It was a 12 match. What was I thinking? I'm thinking of that one. That was like
12. They probably did 8.
I think it was like 12.
But yeah, Jake made a tweet saying like he had early signs of head trauma. What was it called? CTE something.
CTE.
CTE, which is I don't know the acronym, or the name for the acronym. But he said early signs of head trauma, and then he like deleted the tweet. So maybe he said that, and then his doctor was like maybe not, but it makes sense if you're sparring a lot.
Pardon?
It makes sense to have head trauma if you're sparring a lot, but CTE is definitely not good because it's
sparring. Sure, I don't understand him doing that again though. It's pretty. I think it was 12 rounds. I don't know.
But he is putting his life.
I think it's dumb. Maybe I don't know. If it's what you really wanted, this is what you.
Well, he clearly likes it. He's not just doing it for money the whole time.
Yeah. If you generally enjoy it, then sure. You know what? And then
you're not trying that hard to do it just for money.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Then sure. I don't mind people actually doing that because I know people have gone blind from it. Mm-hmm. But it's what they kind of did for their whole life, and it's what they.
Mike Tyson likes Jake. He prays him. Snoop Dogg loves him.
Snoop Dogg
makes probably gonna love Logan and them as well.
A little bit. I think Mike Tyson actually also got invited to.
Jake's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a music video or something, but for like a second, saying like, "What's up?"
The funniest thing is, I think Mike Tyson also told Logan Paul that he's gonna get clapped by Mayweather.
Oh, he did on their podcast. He was like, Mayweather's gonna beat the F out of you. I was like, facts. He's like, it's gonna be fun though, because you're gonna fight back. He's like, let's go. So, did you see the Kamaru Usman versus George Masvidal fight?
No.
Me either. But I was about to yesterday, and then I was doing something and I forgot. But I think Usman won. I think.
I think Jake also is getting to beef with Usman.
Yeah, so Kamaru Usman won.
Yeah.
Against
I can see that.
him round 2, minute 2 in.
That's a short match.
I mean,
the thing is,
Usman's just a beast, bro. Yeah. He's young too.
Yeah.
Actually, he's coming up right now.
I actually got something interesting in that. Usman challenged Jake. And I think
so, yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I think Jake Paul's hesitant. I don't know why though.
In boxing or in UFC? I
Boxing.
feel like he said, in boxing?
Boxing. I don't know why though.
It's kind of weird.
I still think Usman will win.
I wouldn't say he wins in boxing. I don't think he knows
it. It doesn't. Your skills can sort of transfer over, and it depends what martial arts you did for UFC/MMA. If you took like.
Oh, he accepted a call out.
Did he?
It says this. Accepts his challenge following shot at Conor McGregor. He said it'll be his biggest payday if he will let him fight him. So, he's ready for it, but I don't think Dana's going to let him. Because they are under contract. So, he's saying, if Dana lets you revert from the contract a bit and do that fight as well as train for your other fights, then I'll fight you. But I don't think he will because Dana won't care as much because he's not going to get the cut. That was a voice crack. The cut, obviously from the pay-per-view guys.
Yeah,
unless he bets on Jake.
He has a lot of fighters.
Says you'll win.
He has a lot of fighters. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's not obviously going to bet on Jake because if he's fighting a UFC guy, that would just look bad on the UFC. But I mean, hey,
I wouldn't do. If I were going to get into like UFC or boxing, I would try to go away from big contractors like Dana White, only because of things like that. If you want to take other.
But I mean, UFC is your key to big money plays as well as like being known so that other companies can look at you for sponsors and things.
But if you did you get big and also way more famous if you did the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah, like you're saying break, but I don't know if they can break contract without paying like a massive fee or something, you know?
Unless Dana says so.
Yeah. So, but if I was doing, I'd freaking take the fight. But then, if my contract's broken, and then if I do get knocked out, maybe I'll get the money. But then you're not respected, and now you have no career in the UFC anymore. So you never know. It's kind of a trade-off.
You'd have to win, and that's why I think the only reason Jake Paul and Logan Paul are really in the thing is just because they're YouTubers. I don't think they have contractors.
Oh, they have so much influence. They don't have contracts, but they have like a one with not with Triller, like to fight 3 fights or whatever. But they have a contract to, to sell the fight well and to sell a minimum of whatever pay-per-view is probably like 700,000 or something like that. But Triller, because piracy is such a big thing, like people pirating it and stuff. All the YouTubers that were streaming the fight, like live streaming it on YouTube, so just people on YouTube streaming it, because over like 300,000 people were like looking at these streams on YouTube. So they're like suing all of them because piracy. Obviously, you're paying $50 for the fight. You're not supposed to have other people because they're losing like 300,000 pay-per-views because these people are interested in wanting it, but they're not. They don't want to buy the fight, and they know they can get it for free on streaming services or whatever website. Illegal website there is, right? A website has been opened where individuals who illegally stream the pay-per-view can pay the $50 price tag for the event. In exchange, those individuals' names will be removed from the lawsuit, which seeks a $150,000 penalty from every person who pirated the card.
So the people who streamed it have to pay $50?
Yes. To just like buy the fight, which is just giving them money because they illegally streamed it to thousands and thousands of people.
It would just be rebuying the fight, wouldn't it? Because they had to buy it in the first place.
Yeah, but because they illegally streamed it, they probably made money off people literally donating to them and subscribing to the channel. They're getting monetized now, all that stuff. Because there's people who had 5 subscribers, but because of that, boom, now they have 18,000.
I'd say that's worth it, honestly.
Yeah, but if it went the wrong way and they didn't give them amnesty, well, now you have a $150,000 lawsuit. I feel like it's all.
Well, no, I would say like
no, but they're terminate their YouTube channel. There's no way they're gonna let them stay up. They'll do all this crap to bully them.
Fair enough.
All have to comply and turn over their actual IP addresses for every person who stole the fight in Discovery.
How do they get all the names? That's the thing.
We'll be able to identify each and every person, VPN or not, as each stream has a unique fingerprint embedded in the content. Trailer will pursue this per person, per instance, for anyone who doesn't do the right thing and pay before the deadline.
That's tough.
This is new. So yeah, all the people that streamed it, you just took L's. Who like not watched it.
Streamed it.
Yeah, bought the fight, but then streamed it to YouTube or Twitch or whatever it was. This says Triller filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court of Central California against the H3 podcast. You know the H3 guy? No?
No.
Well, he's a YouTuber. Anyways, H3 podcast because they illegally streamed the event, along with a dozen other websites that restreamed and profited from as many as hundreds of thousands, told you, of users each.
Why don't you just pay the amnesty?
Oh, they definitely will. But they're still going to try to get their website down, get their YouTube channel down, ban them, do whatever.
I see.
More than 2 million illegal streams that event. 2 million illegal streams that event took place. I said 300,000.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's do the math there. So, let's say.
Oh, the owner of the H3 podcast, the main guy, whatever his name is, I think it's Ethan or something. He said that he pirated it and shared it, like he admitted it. Which I guess makes sense if everyone has a record of it.
200 million, you say?
2 million illegal streams of the event took place. So I'm saying that's, I guess, 2 million people watched it, so they would have, yeah.
Okay, so let's say half of them, okay, paid amnesty. That would be $50 million.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good amount of money.
No. 2 million people watched it. I don't think 2 million different streams. Or maybe it's, what? Yeah.
I'm gonna...
2 million illegal streams of that event took place, so maybe 2 million... there's no way 2 million different people streamed it, so I guess watched it. No, I don't know.
I would say I'm probably gonna buy the Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Thing that feels like
we encourage anyone who pirated the event to visit the site before June 1st, pay their $50 and receive a full and complete release from Chile to avoid further action.
Like pirating it, that's brutal. The thing is, I think a lot of it also is just to scare people. I think there's like you can go into some websites and like download it.
Yeah, you can watch it, but I don't think that's what they mean by paying the $50.
I don't think they could track that.
No, and same with watching it on YouTube.
So I think a lot of it is also like scaring the people. You know, like if we know you did it.
No, I think they're saying the people who bought it and streamed it. Yeah, so the definition of pirating is use to reproduce another's work for profit without permission. Yeah, so note to the people trying to do the same. People are still going to do it for the Logan Paul, and it's going to be the same thing that's going to happen probably, but don't buy the fight and put it on YouTube. You will get clapped.
Unless you're in New Zealand, which I think pirating's legal. I think it's legal in New Zealand to pirate.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, but okay. That'll just be weird.
I'm actually pretty sure it is.
We're out of topics, but... Yeah, what else are we thinking of?
Didn't we have something else? We got nothing else?
That's all I got. What movies are coming out? Let's talk about the vaccines, I guess, for a second.
Just a quick second. It's not too big. Vaccines are just spreading. They're
giving out our vaccines.
Nice.
That's all
Welcome
there really is to it. There's a lot of people who don't want it because they're scared, which makes sense. If you don't know what's in it,
if you do get it, that's fine. You like to see it, right? You like to stay safe. That's smart. If you don't get it, then you don't know what's in it, and
that's kind of fun as well.
That's fine.
Here's where it gets tricky. Right now, it's fine, but at least in Canada, I think Prime Minister Trudeau said they're only going to be free this year. Like he's saying, like they're free of charge this year, implying there will be a charge. He didn't say how much, because if it's low, then people won't care, but if it's high, then people will be bugging. But that's the thing. If it's free charge this year and people really just don't want it, here's the thing. If you're healthy, actually Joe Rogan's kind of getting canceled for this right now, because he was saying some stuff about it, like kids shouldn't get the virus because, not the virus, the vaccine, because if they're healthy, they shouldn't need to or whatever. I'm not like that. I'm just saying, if you are already healthy and you think, I'd rather wait out to see what it goes on with it, I mean, I'm not judging you on it. That seems fine to me. If you're like, all right, screw it, I'll just take it, I don't really care, then that's fine. But for me, if like I don't really care if I get it or not. I'm not 16, so I can't even get mine yet. When I am, will I?
Close.
Most likely. I don't really know for sure yet, but
see,
yeah.
That was a controversial subject, but I do think I won't. I'll wait.
Just to see in case there's any problems, because you don't want to. If you're only 15, 16, you don't want to accidentally get a problem that affects you for the rest of your life, which kind of makes sense for people. Like, you're kind of scared. You're like, I don't know.
I want to see a little bit about childbirth. I want to see how that goes so far.
Yeah.
After people have got it, because they don't know the side effects. Like with flu, all the side effects. With the flu vaccine, all the side effects and everything.
I feel like they figured it out by now over the however many years, over 20 probably, that they've had it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming over 20.
But
I
think it's like 40.
When something like this, you don't know 100%, maybe you know 30% sure, but you don't really know what happens with all that type of stuff. So I think by when I turn 16, I'd rather see
I think I'm probably gonna wait till I'm like
how
17.
the people who are 16 hold up to it. But here's the thing. Let's say it's like October and they say you can now travel
If you have the vaccine.
only if you have it. And you just have a paper or a phone app or sort of like a document that says, kind of like a passport, a COVID passport.
That's what I'm. That's
that
what
says, I have it.
That's
If it came down to traveling and I'm going somewhere, I'm probably getting it.
if that's what it comes down to, maybe
Yeah.
at that point.
But I feel like by October, you'd already know kind of what's going on with it.
That's
like people,
brutal.
there's tests. But there's the thing.
I
People
know.
are kind of scared because there's like blood clots some people were experiencing. But if you're giving out, I don't know the stats, but let's say 100 million doses of it, okay? And 15 people get blood clots, okay? That's 0.70's 15%
yeah.
chance. That's the ratio, because if there's, 0.90 is like if you have 9 figures, you're gonna have seven zeros, and then so it's extremely low. If it was like 100 million and 30 million got it, well, crap, I'm definitely not getting that. That freaked me out. That's a horrible rate. That's 33% rate. All right, am I doing math right? I am. But like, that's sketchy to me. But if it's something like that, I'd probably be fine. But I mean, hey, we'll see.
It's just hard in general for me. I think I want to wait a couple of years because we don't
Not
know.
bad.
We don't. There's 2 types of effects. There's short-term effects and long-term effects.
Exactly.
We don't know. And plus, the vaccine. There's something very interesting about it.
But you're not 16 till like September, right?
November.
So you got some time. We'll see.
Yeah.
Unless they probably will be testing it. There probably will be one for people under 16 by then.
They also said the thing is about the vaccine is it doesn't prevent you from getting it.
Not totally, of course.
It just dulls the
I mean,
effects.
most things won't, like
just
flu.
Dulls
But
the
there is a
effects.
certain percentage of like you couldn't, but it's not full immunity. Obviously, no. I don't think there's anything that will give you full immunity.
It just I think there are
But-
some, but it just dulls the effects, which is I'm pretty sure that's just a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily understand their plan. I think they just want it so if it does happen to you, it won't matter if if you do get it and happen to somebody else, it doesn't matter. It's just like a common cold.
Well, I think once everyone's
that's the plan.
vaccinated, it'll be like the flu. Like
it'll become
you know,
flu.
people will
common
get
cold.
every year. People will die every year. That's how life goes on, like Lil Babe would say. But it would be not like mass spreading to everyone.
I don't know. To me, this was just another flu with a different name.
But still, with more people dying and way more people get it a day than the flu right now, which isn't good. But I think I'd say about a year. I'd say, all of, I'm not going to say every country, because there's obviously a lot of undeveloped countries that just won't get everyone get it, just like they don't have food and water. Like, that wouldn't be a like, here's what's annoying. If you're getting vaccines to these undeveloped countries better than you're getting food and water, that just doesn't seem right to me, because you're getting vaccines, but you're protecting them from a virus even though they're dying from just not having water. So maybe get them some water so they can even survive in general.
It's not quite as easy as that. But,
Yeah, of course. Like, it's so hard to do all that stuff, but it's just like, if they're making the effort, putting the millions of dollars into, given that, they should at least try to do some extra stuff into doing, because like the U.S. apparently has spent $6 trillion. Okay, that's a lot of trillions.
Yeah.
On the virus, on giving out that stimulus checks, all of the stuff. So I would say all of North America will be vaccinated within a year from
all the
now.
ones that are
maybe next January
are willing, at least.
Yeah, for all the people, like they'll have enough so that if you were to come in, you could just get one.
Yeah.
You might be on a list, but like they would have them available, like just a waiting time, because it takes time, obviously. But I think my mom gets hers in 3 weeks. She's getting hers, so I mean, we'll see what happens. Hopefully all is good. I mean, both my grandparents have got it, and they haven't had anything. I think my grandma was like, just felt a little nauseous the first day, but maybe, I don't know.
I'm just saying, okay, I know you haven't seen this movie, but I Am Legend was set in 2021, and it happened because of a failed vaccine.
Wait, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it though. I don't know what the thing is about.
It's
Okay.
like zombies they're like vampire zombies. and
Okay.
it's terrifying.
So it's like a
It's
failed
sad.
vaccine, and now they're all tripping out.
Yeah, it's actually terrifying and sad, but it's a good movie. Will
It's
Ferrell.
terrifying and sad.
No, wait.
I'm gonna cry. Just kidding.
Is it Will Ferrell? I think it is Will Ferrell.
It's like Bill Gates. You're like, is it Will Ferrell? But I mean, hopefully all is well. You obviously don't want people dying from the vaccine. If that happens, that's gonna be bad.
Oh, it's not Will Ferrell. Oh my gosh, I keep.
You're saying Will Smith or Will Ferrell? Because one's white. So, we tripping here.
It is indeed Will Smith.
Oh my gosh. You can't get that mixed up. You can't get that mixed up. Oh, that's jokes.
There you go.
We're kind of wrapped up here. Hopefully the vaccines go well. Joe Rogan, don't get canceled. I like your podcast.
I told you to subscribe.
Logan Paul, if you knock out Mayweather, that'd be kind of cool. Usman, you're kind of cool because you're young and you be making plays. What else? Our name is MMZ. I already explained it.
Please subscribe, like, and share.
Don't worry about my face. We're not going to talk about that today. I hope this mic was on. I hope the battery didn't die. And I hope the SD card's working. We are out of here. Peace. Please share.
They're not gonna share.